We're back here in the kitchen now after getting back from the grocery store. We got all of our ingredients. We have our shallots, our garlic, our tomatoes, our crab meat, and our red pepper for a little bit of spice. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started cooking here. So what I need here is I have my pot here for the pasta. I'm going to add water. We're going to add a whole thing of water here, and we're going to start boiling this water for our vermicelli. And as you can see right next to me, we also have our shiitake mushrooms right there. You want to fill this bowl up pretty far to the top because we're going to have a full pound of pasta, and that way we can reference our pasta here. I'm going to fill this right about right there is good. Now that's going to take a long time to boil, so we're going to start getting that going right now. I'm going to put it back on our burner here, crank that up to high, we're good to go. Alright, now we have our shallots here, which these are like smaller onions, and as you can tell I already have some pre-chopped right there. I'm just going to start right now and just go through and chop these up real nice and fine. We want to make sure we get these nice and fine so that when you're eating your pasta you don't get a lot of onion chunks in your mouth there. And as you can tell, the way I'm chopping, I am leaving the front of the knife on the board and I'm just cutting down. So you can see I'm just cutting down. That's the best way to chop. It's the easiest, it's the fastest way, and then you can just go through like this and chop these up nice and fine so you get these all nice and fine, right like that. So now we have our 2 shallots right there. Clean off our knife. And now we have to cut up our garlic. So here we have our garlic bulbs. These are bulbs here, and inside are little cloves. For this recipe, we only call for 2 cloves. So as you can see, I've removed one right here, and now I'm going to take one more and just peel that skin off and remove another one. Now the best way to do chop your garlic is this is a lot of fun. You take your knife, you take it, and you just smash it like that. Pops it right out of its shell, and we have our garlic right there. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. And we pop it right out, and then we'll just take this and just chop it right up. Depending on how much garlic flavor you like, the more you chop, the more you will get a flavor of garlic. So I'm going to chop these up nice and fine, because the more chopped up they are, the more that flavor is going to absorb into our sauce. So I'm chopping my garlic. That should be good. That's 2 cloves right there. So now that we have our 2 cloves, we're going to start heating our skillet. We have our skillet over here, and I want to heat that up to a medium temperature. Now I'm going to take our extra virgin olive oil and just eyeball it. We want to just put just enough to cover the pan. Right there, that should be good. Okay, now you just want to spin that around, make sure we coat the pan nice and even. Actually, probably a little bit more. It's a big pan, so you add a lot of olive oil. So we want to swirl that around like that. And now we're going to take our butter. We're going to take 1/4 cup of butter here. So we're going to cut that right in half and add that to our pan. Now we have that there. We're going to let that get going. And then once our butter melts a little bit and we have that oil swirled around in our pan there, as you can see, I'm just coating the pan. And I still have some of the paper in there. Make sure you get all that paper off. I'm coating our pan. Okay, that's good enough. Now what we want to do is we want to take our chopped up onions and our chopped up garlic, and we want to take this now and add it to our olive oil and butter. So we're going to take that in there. We're going to let those get going. We want to just stir this up a little bit, get the nice flavor. Smells good. The onions are very, very strong, which is a good sign. They make you cry a little bit. It's very, very good. So all right, we got those going right now. And now while we're waiting, we're gonna add, we're gonna take our shiitake mushrooms, which we have over here. Now with our mushrooms, you want to make sure you go through and clean them off pretty good. You want to go through each one and get all that extra dirt off there. I've already gone through and done this. I'm only going to do a few here. That should be good. Now we want to drain these and bring them back over here. Now what we want to, the way you do shiitake mushrooms, for this recipe you do not want to use the stem. So you want to remove the stem. We'll just put that off to the side. Then you take this and you just slice them. We're not dicing them. We want to make sure we have the mushroom in, you want to feel the texture and you want to feel all of the, it's more of like a meat almost, how it's going to feel in your mouth. So you want to make sure once again you de-stem, then you go through and you just nice little lines. So you get these individual little mushroom things. They're really good. Shiitake mushrooms aren't like normal mushrooms. They have a nice flavor to them. They're kind of sweet and very good. All right, I'm going to add some red pepper here. We have our red pepper, and this is crushed red pepper. And I'm just going to add this right to here, and it's going to get a nice flavor, a nice spice flavor. Depending on how spicy you like it, you can add a lot or a little. And if you don't like a lot of spice, you don't need to add any at all. All right, when we come back, during the break, I'm gonna finish cutting up these mushrooms. When we come back, we're gonna add the mushrooms. We're gonna get those real tender. We're gonna deglaze it with some cooking wine, and then we will scatter in our crab meat, and we'll get this recipe going. So come back to us later.